and chewy on some hot. Like I told Tish, see when I.
Hey, what is up, guys, and welcome back to the Roast Session Central. I'm the Nigerian Nemesis, and in today's video, we are going to be rocking a spawner deck. If you are asking me, does this still work in the current meta? My answer to you is yes. The spawner deck is still very strong if you run the Furnace and the Goblin Hut. I wouldn't recommend running the Barbarian Hut right now because it is very risky, very expensive card for 7 elixir, and it can get countered by Executioner, Bowler, all these 3 Musketeer decks. Very hard to deal with, but with this deck, we have the Knight. The Knight is so good at taking out backline troops. The the Goblin Hut, very good at taking out the air and staying at range. And we also have the Furnace, which is good at cleaning up hordes and barbarians and things like that. So here in this first game, we are up against the Predator from Planned Clan. Let's see if this deck still works. I am pretty sure it does. We are cooking right now at 4-0. Unfortunately, this Knight is going to the left-hand side. I should have started with the Goblin Hut there, waited him out just a half second longer so that we can get our Knight to clean up whatever he supports that P.E.K.K.A. with, because now I am pretty sure, yeah, there he goes with the Executioner supporting the P.E.K.K.A. So we have our hands full. The Executioner is still a very strong counter to spawner decks because he just sits back and throws that little Tomahawk and takes them all out. So let's Fireball here and try and mitigate as much damage as possible. We're also going to throw down a log, and overall not too bad of a defense. That Executioner will get a swing onto our tower, but I am all okay with that. Our left tower is now down at 1846, so very good stuff coming from him. Let's go ahead and go with a Knight Goblin Barrel push with Fire Spirits. Very deadly push. Let's see how he decides to respond. He's got that Ewiz. Knight is going to go locked onto the tower almost, but that Night Witch is going to come down. I'm seeing the Night Witch everywhere nowadays. She is still a very strong card even after the nerf here, so now we're going to have to deal with this. A Minion Horde should be able to clean that up fairly quickly. That's why the Minion Horde is in this deck. Very good at defense and cleaning up the ground troops, and he has the Executioner, so obviously that's going to be a solid counter to our Minion Horde. And now we don't have our Knight back in rotation, so we need to get our Knight down in rotation so that we can take out this Executioner. He's going to be the most annoying and most difficult part of this matchup. So now we're going to go Goblin Hut, split the Goblin Gang around the Executioner. That's going to take down the Executioner relatively easy. Log coming in hot. That's taking down our Goblin Gang, but that's okay. We still have our spawner at a decent amount of health. So that spawner damage is going to keep adding up here in this game. Waiting for that P.E.K.K.A. to come back at us. There's the P.E.K.K.A. And now we're just going to play spawner into the P.E.K.K.A. Since the P.E.K.K.A. is it's everywhere right now in the ladder. You can try this deck on the ladder if you have the right leveled cards. And this deck does a great job against the P.E.K.K.A. because there are so many things the P.E.K.K.A. has to deal with. Obviously, people are also using the Battle Ram, but this Fireball right here is going to get some serious value, taking down the Ewiz, and now we have to deal with this Executioner. We're going to go Minion Horde in the back, avoiding that Tornado barely, and now we're going to play our Knight right here to the right of the Executioner just to distract it, to ensure that our Minion Horde does not die. He's going to play another P.E.K.K.A. there in the back center. Let's go Goblin Barrel. He has so much to deal with right now. That Zap just went down. He also has a Log, so Zap and Log and the Executioner. That's 3 counters to this deck, but I still think we can take this away with the W. That Ewiz is coming in hot. We're going to go with a Minion Horde once again, expecting that Executioner to come in here in just a second, but not to worry. Let's go ahead and Fireball this Executioner. Try and Fireball him out here. This deck is a 1-0 winning kind of deck. You're not going to go for a 3 crown. You want to hold down one side of the game, and we are holding down this right side fairly well, forcing him to play into it because he can't just ignore it. The only time they can ignore it is in regular time when you play a hut and they rush up the other lane, but here in double elixir, he has to respond down this side. We're going to go with a Goblin Barrel over the top here, Fireball the Witch, Fireball, and hopefully hit anything else he decides to play. Great log, but we have to go for like 3 or 4 more Fireballs here to go ahead and take down this tower here in double elixir time. This is why this deck is mainly a deck for the Grand Challenge. We have 3 whole minutes of double elixir time, so this will be a little bit longer here. That Executioner is going to come in hot and clean up everything we have going at him. I think we need 3 more Fireballs to take down that tower. He has an Ewiz now and the Executioner, so we're going to go Goblin Gang in the back so they don't die immediately. Get our Knight here. He was expecting our Minion Horde, I'm assuming so, with that Tornado. Now we've got our Knight. We're going to go Minion Horde. He's going P.E.K.K.A. down the other lane. Very risky play. Let's go Goblin over the top here. Goblin's going to reach the tower. He will log, but those minions are not dead. Those minions are all over that tower. And just like that, we are going to secure the first victory of the day here in this video, moving us up to 5-0 with the spawner deck. So obviously it is a pretty solid deck, very strong overall. Very tough to use though if you get beat early on. If you lose the first tower, you're done. You can't afford to lose the first tower. So make sure you play your furnaces and your Goblin Hut's very smart. Here in the second game, up against King User 007, let's see if we can string along another W here and make it 2-0 on the day, pushing us up to 6-0 here in the Grand Challenge. Our furnace is going down on the left side as he does have that Elixir Collector. I'm expecting some sort of a 3 Musketeer or a Golem deck, obviously, so let's see what happens here. He's going to send in a Lightning. Actually, I'm okay with that. I'd rather have him Lightning our furnace than our Goblin Hut, so now we can get our Goblin Hut ready for some action. Goblin Hut going down here in the left-hand lane. We've got that Knight. Unfortunately, we don't have our... Wow, he has a Lava Hound. I haven't seen that in a long time, so we're going to go Goblin Gang. And now Goblin Barrel over the top, force him to respond. He's going to go there with Barbarians. That tower is locked onto our Knight, though, unfortunately for him. So those Goblins are going to do so much work onto his tower. Look at the Spear Goblins go to work on the Lava Hound as well. This is why I love the Goblin Hut attacking and taking down the air. He's got all this coming at us now. Arrows coming in. Let's get a valued Fireball, taking out some of these minions, finishing up the pups, and taking down that last Barbarian. So overall, very good first push from us. We've got his left tower all the way down to 775. Meanwhile, he only has our tower down to 2090. Let's see if he goes for another Lightning on our furnace. I would love that. I would love for him to do that just so that we can have our Goblin Hut up once again. I'm assuming he's going to save it for that Goblin Hut, though. He does have 2 pumps down on the map. We don't have any pump answers. Oh, we actually have our Goblin Barrel, but let's go Goblin Hut here once again on the left-hand side. That Knight is going to reach the tower if he does not react. Knight is on the tower. He places Barbarians just a little bit too late. Knight's going to get some serious damage, and now we are only a Fireball away from taking this first tower in this game. Lava Hound's going to fall, get absolutely shredded so fast to that Minion Horde and to our Goblins. Look at the Fire Spirits clean up the remainder of that. Let's play some Goblins here in the center just to keep our Hut alive. And we do have this Goblin Barrel. I'm not going to force it onto this tower. Instead, I'm going to save it because we can obviously Fireball that tower at the last second here. In double elixir, he's going to have the advantage. He has 2 pumps up. Let's go Goblin Barrel, and then we're going to Fireball. We should have just thrown the Fireball. I don't even think we needed the Goblin Barrel there. I was hoping maybe we can clip something, but we're not going to clip anything besides those 2 pumps. And now we know he's going to get some extreme lightning value. Let's play our furnace here out front, out in the middle, so that it's far away from our Goblin Hut so we can't hit both of them. There comes the balloon. Obviously, we're going to go Minion Horde, quick Minion Horde on top of this balloon. Hopefully, he doesn't have arrows, but yes, those are the arrows. And now we're going to play our Goblin Gang in the center, expecting the lightning to come sometime soon. We've got our Fireball. That's going to get so much value. I think we missed the balloon there. The balloon's going to get one shot off and die onto our tower. And now our left tower is all the way down to 674 after that lightning. With 20 seconds left, I think we can get this one in the bag. Furnace going down here. He's going to have to come in hot. He's forced to bring out Barbarians. We're going to go Goblin Hut. I'm expecting him to bring out that balloon. He has a Minion Horde, actually, so we're going to have to play a Minion Horde over on to the right so that the Furnace can come over here, splash on top of that Minion Horde, and secure us the W. So that's going to put us at 6-0 here in this Grand Challenge. I'm doing so much work with this deck, so if you guys want to try this deck out, I highly recommend it if you are more of a conservative type player, sitting back, relaxing, counterattacking, and then letting the spawners do the work. It is an easier deck to play in a sense, but it can punish you very badly if you don't play it the right way. So hopping into our third and final battle of the day up against Show Me from German Style. Let's see what kind of deck we run into this time. We just took out a strong Lava Hound balloon deck, so we are looking very good. Goblin Hut going down here in the center. Let's see what he decides to play. How is he going to respond with an Elixir Pump? So maybe this time we are playing a Golem deck. Meanwhile, this Goblin Hut's going to do so much work to that left tower since he's not going to respond for the next couple of seconds. Let's start with a slow backline Knight now. And I'm expecting a response here. 3 Musketeers. Okay, so the popular 3 Musketeers deck. Let's see if we can stop it right here. Fireball going down on top of that Collector, on top of the Muskies. And look at that. Look at how the Goblins get one shot off onto the Musketeers. So we don't even need to log or anything like that. And now he has a Battle Ram. So Battle Ram should be able to clean up that... The Minion Horde should be able to clean up that Battle Ram. Minion Horde does clean it up nicely. He still has that Musketeer doing some serious work. These Goblins are going to clean up that Musketeer. And overall, pretty decent first push from us. We played some solid defense here on the right-hand side. That Musketeer did get a shot off into our Goblin Hut, unfortunately. But we continue to chip down that tower, and that's what I like to see here. So let's go with another Goblin Hut in the center. See if we can continue to get some chip damage. He's hitting us with the well played. Not sure if that's legit or if that's sarcastic. We're going to go Goblin Barrel here on top of that pump because I don't want him to have 2 pumps up with the 3 Musketeers because that deck is so strong. Look at the Goblins go to work. He tried to defend there with the Knight. We're still going to stab that Elixir Collector all the way down. He's only going to get like +1 or +2 Elixir from that pump. We're going to go Furnace here on the left-hand side. He's got that Battle Ram coming in. We have our log and knight to defend this, so this should be a pretty solid defense. He used that poison to get some value out of our goblin hut, and maybe he was expecting some value out of a gang, but let's play the gang in the back here. He has all of this coming at us. We're forced here to play this defensive goblin barrel. Hopefully that stops anything, but it looks like that knight's going to come through to the tower. He also has a night witch and another knight, so that's the power of the pump. We're going to play this minion horde here, see if we can make a comeback. Minion horde's doing its best. They're going to disappear though in just a second right after he used that zap spell. So now we have finally lost the first tower of the day. He's going to poison our furnace as well. I am fine with that. That furnace was almost dead anyways. Let's go with another knight here on defense. We need to get to this tower. That battle ram is not going to connect to our tower, and now we have this goblin gang here on defense. Got our goblin barrel ready. We're going to throw the goblin barrel over the top. He's got all that coming. I should have fireballed there, but we have our minion horde coming in. He did just zap the wrong thing. So now the minion horde, very healthy, is going to clean all that up. Let's fireball. He's playing a defensive poison. Let's see if we can get some hits off onto this tower. That last minion is doing its best. 2 fire spirits hopping onto the tower. Only one of them actually makes it there. Let's play a knight as well. Once again on top of this battle ram. And now we have to try and get back to this tower. We've got our goblin barrel coming in hot. We've got our log ready to get some additional damage. So that's going down. He's going to zap, but zap is not enough to take out a goblin barrel. So we are going to tie the game up at 1-all. Let's see if we can break this myth here. See if we can actually get a second crown with this deck. It will be very tough. We're going to have to play this one very smart. He's playing that goblin gang in the center. Not going to be a problem. No issue at all whatsoever. This furnace should be able to help clean up some of those bats. He will get some amazing poison value there, cleaning up our goblin hut, taking down our furnace all the way out. I think that's going to go down. And now we have to get ready with the goblin barrel. We do have this minion horde because I am expecting that 3 musketeers here in the center. There they are. Let's play the minion horde just a second too late. That 1 musketeer is locked onto the tower, unfortunately doing so much damage. My tower is now all the way down to 948. I think the only way we're going to be able to secure this W is if we can bait out that 3 musketeers, have him miss the tower, get a knight and then a goblin barrel onto that tower, and we will be looking just fine. Other than that, we have so much mess to deal with in the center, but that's all going to go down. Let's log here, throw out some fire spirits. He's hitting me with the crying face. He thinks he has this one in the bag, and I hate to lose to kids that think they have this one all wrapped up. We're going to play a defensive goblin hut here. Once again, giving him amazing poison value, but we have to try and get over to this tower. I'm sure as soon as that falls down, he's going to go for the 3 musketeers. So let's go goblin barrel over the top, drop our knight at the last second, make him think we're not going to support it. Minion horde going down for these 3 musketeers, and look at that. The goblins are doing so much work. He's going to play his goblin gang on top of that tower to try and defend, and we have his tower all the way down to fireball range, and now we're going to fireball. That's going to secure the W, putting us at 3-0 with this deck here in this video, putting us at 7-0 overall in the grand challenge. So this deck is very solid. It gets you high up in the grand challenges. So if you want to try and get some more wins in the grand challenges, go ahead and try this deck out, putting us at 9 out of 10 for our crown chest. Let me scroll over here to the left to show you guys this deck one more time with the goblin hut and the furnace, obviously to set up some defense in the back wall. We've got the fireball and log for our spells, the knight as the main tank, goblin barrel to throw over the top, goblin gang for defense, and the minion horde as well. So if you guys did enjoy the video, go ahead and smash that like button, and if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for some more future daily Clash Royale content, and I hope you guys go on and enjoy the rest of your day. Peace!